Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So no matter where you are in the world right now, today being the 26th of March 2020, no doubt you will know that the world is going crazy around the whole coronavirus thing, and my home country of South Africa will be in lockdown as of midnight tonight, which is going to be fun for 21 days, being at home and not being able to really go anywhere. So I thought about the whole YouTube thing, and I think the YouTubers of the world has an unspoken duty to keep the entertainment going, to keep the product reviews going, and to do our bit, because I think there's a lot of people that's going to be sitting at home wanting to do different things and catch up on tasks. I feel really sorry for the men out there who always used to tell their wives that I will do it as soon as I have time. Good luck, buddies. It's time. So for today's video, what I'm going to do is I've been preparing my shed over the last couple of weeks, where we're doing some 3D printing and all kinds of things, and we've got some tools going into there. And more to see what's going on inside the shed, as in with the 3D printing, I bought a inexpensive IP camera, a surveillance camera. The plan was, because there's a PoE switch inside there, I'm going to put the camera in there, and then I'll be able to link it to my network and be able to see what's happening inside there. And I decided, let's make an unboxing video of that and show you how I set it up, and how the thing starts hopefully working. Now, as I said, this is a very inexpensive camera, and let's get into the unboxing. You should pay retail. I bought it wholesale from a company called Kguard Technologies in Midrand. Retail, this camera should go for anything between 400 and 600 rand, which at the moment you can't even say, because that's like $30 at the moment with the rand and the corona and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know what the normal price would be in other parts of the world, but yeah, it's fairly inexpensive. It's supposed to have or support PoE, which means it takes the power from the network. But I do also realize that there are different kinds of PoE. So let's hope the switch that we have will actually drive it, and then we can show you how it goes. Give me a couple of seconds, let me get the box, and we'll start unboxing. Right, so this is the little unit here. This is how it comes. A little white box, not really retail box if you think about it. Inside the box you've got one IP camera, which I'll show you more detail just now, and okay, there's no user manual in here or anything. There's a little sticker for you want to drill the holes to mount it on a wall, obviously, and there's some screws that comes with that so that you can mount it on the wall, and obviously one of these oaks here that keeps the moisture out of it. So no manual. That's slightly concerning, because I can tell you I couldn't find anything about this camera on the YouTube, so quite concerning that there's no manual. First thing that I noticed when I unpacked the camera is the way it's packed. It almost looks like it was used already, but I can tell you that this was not used, that it's a brand new camera. It's just the packaging as it comes, not very serious packaging. So what this is a Kguard ICB-200 IP camera, and what it has on the end is one of these LAN ports that you would normally take from a DVR or a network video recorder, NVR, and it's got the optional power port sitting on it. Now this here, any standard power port which you will get from a DVR as well, typically 12 volts, 2 amps, depending on how far this is going to be from the power source. So that's what it is. Right, let's get LAN cable connected to the switch and see if we can power this up. Spot on, guys. Okay, now I need to reiterate, I'm taking you on this journey with me. So this stuff wasn't pre-rehearsed or anything like that, so we're going to figure it out as we go along. What I have here, standard RJ45 LAN cable Cat6, so it means it supports PoE. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it into the supplied LAN port over here. And what I'm expecting, now normally with these Oaks, remember they're infrared, so if you cover them you should see some red lights coming on. Okay, this is as I suspected. We're not getting red lights, and I think you might even be able to see that on the camera itself. We're not getting the red lights, and I suspect it's because my PoE from my switch is not the correct kind of PoE that this Oak is actually expecting. Let me grab a normal power supply for this quickly, and we're going to power it using the power port. Right, power supply. Let's see if we can show you this. This is 12 volts and 2 amps. Where does it say that? It says that here somewhere. Output 12 volts and 2 amps. Let's see if we can get that. Hope you can read that. 12 volts and 2 amps. Obviously in South Africa we use 240 volts or 220 volts. So a little bit different from what you will get in the USA. Connect the power port, and I'm still keeping it connected to the LAN because obviously this is a IP camera, so we would want to hopefully just now get the thing working. Ah, right, now we can see, can you see the little red lights there? When I black it out, you can see the little red lights in my hand there. So now the camera is on. Okay, now in the absence of a manual, we're going to have to take the long road around to try and figure out if this supports DHCP. DHCP, for those of you who don't know, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It is something that IT people use on networks to automatically allocate a valid IP address to a device like this, so that other devices on the same network can start talking to it. So what we're going to do, and I'm not going to show you this because clearly it's not so great to show you this, but I'm going to access my proxy server. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to network, DHCP, and I'm going to go look for the new device. Interesting. Okay, so it's not getting an IP address via DHCP. That's a problem. Oftentimes these cameras have a default IP address assigned to them. Many devices have them. So I reached out to a friend, Francois Bakker. Francois, thank you. He informed me that a default IP address for cameras can be 192.168.1.100 or 192.168.0.100. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to configure my LAN card on my PC to have that fixed IP address, and then see if we can access the camera using one of those two IP addresses. Give me a couple of seconds. Okay, so I did that off camera very quickly, configuring the network card for 192.168.1.99 or 0.99 because it can't be the same IP address obviously as where the unit is installed. Neither of those two actually worked. I cannot talk to the camera, so it's clear that those two IP addresses don't work with this particular camera. Guys, keep in mind this is a cost-effective camera. It's not a like a seriously heavy thing that you're going to pay 30 or 40,000 rand for, $5,000 or $6,000 for, that's going to do 10 kilometers of range and all that sort of stuff. This is for home use. It's a cost-effective camera. I would go so far as to say cheap. I'm going to have to get a little bit of extra help to understand how to access this camera. I'll get back to you soon. We reached out to Kguard in Midrand, where we bought this unit, and they do have branches in Durban and Cape Town as well. And we spoke to a gentleman by the name of Gareth. Gareth, thank you so much for the assistance. He connected one of these cameras to his DVR, which does auto detection. It's a little baby DVR, and it sounds like the only option that has is to do auto detection, and was able to tell us that the default IP address for this camera is 10.10.25.151. Okay, that's awesome information. So now we're going to configure our network card with 10.10.25.150 and see if we can access the camera that way around. Alright, we're using Windows 10, so the network icon, right click, properties, then go to Wi-Fi, change adapter options. On the Wi-Fi, right click, props, TCP/IP 10.10.25.150, leave the subnet as is. Okay, if we go to the command prompt, ping 10.10.25.151, and that's it. We can get to the camera. Awesome stuff. Now, for some reason, and I can't explain this, and I can't explain this to you, Kguard does not really support any other browsers than Internet Explorer. 10.10.25.151 says, would you like to install the ActiveX? Yes, that's fine. I would like to install the ActiveX. Yes, please. And it blocks it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so clearly it's blocking ActiveX scripts from running. It's quite frustrating that a security product forces you to drop the security on your PC to be able to work with their equipment. Right, to see if we can fix this, let's cancel this. To see if we can fix this, we went to the settings of Internet Explorer, to security, to custom level, then you scroll down to ActiveX controls, and you see it's already enabled, and then there's automatic prompting for ActiveX control. Enable it, so it will prompt you whether you want to do it or not. Display animation, enable. Download signed, yes. Download unsigned, I'm going to say prompt, so at least I've got the option to say no. Initialize controls, prompt. Allow, only allow approved domains. No, I'm going to leave that as it is. Run anti-malware software on ActiveX controls. And then script, I'm going to say okay, right. Yes, apply, okay. Alright, let's try this again. And we can access the camera. Right, admin and admin. And there we can see ourselves. Ah, I just had to scroll up. Remote settings. Network settings. Yay, DHCP. There we go. Save. Right. So now in theory, our camera should get an IP address from the server. And from the fact that I can't access it at the moment, I'm going to guess and say that it did get an IP address. Yep, network connection fails. Right, let me revert everything quickly back to the security settings and also connect my Wi-Fi real quick. Okay, so Gareth at Esquire taught us another neat little trick when he was trying to figure out the IP address for this camera. When you go to your DVR, your NVR, and you go up to remote settings, that doesn't make sense to me either, and you get your IP cameras over here, there's a thing here called Quick Add. Now Quick Add searches for the camera protocol on the network, and whoop, there you go. It finds our camera. Yes, that's what we want. We know what the password is. And how do we save? Add. We add it. And there we go. Camera added successfully. You can enable it. Cool bananas. Right, and it's enabled. Now if we go to live, we should be able to tell this out that we want to see the camera, and it should come up here. It should come up there. Hello. Okay, so why? There we go. It just took a bit of time. So there's our little camera, and there's our camera over there. I think this network connection is slightly dodgy. Right, and that's how you set up this little IP camera, the Kguard ICB-200. Quite a mission, but definitely doable. Comment below if you have any comments, ask me questions. I'll definitely do my best to answer them. And yeah, be safe out there, be healthy, don't take chances. Isolation is the best thing you can possibly do. Just stay away from other people, don't get infected. Be healthy, and see you soon.